welcome everybody to Hazard, Kentucky, here on the campus of Perry County Central High School as we get set for 14th Region Baseball Action Championship style. The Breathitt County Bobcats in the championship game taking on the Cougars of Letcher Central. Last night in the semifinal round, Breathitt County defeated Estill County 17-2 after a 10-run first inning. Went on to win that in 4 innings, final 17-2. For Estill County defeated a very tough Wolf County team 4-1 game. James and John had right here on 97.3 WJSN. And just a couple of facts for you, James. Here you go. Michael Jackson released his album Off the Wall.
1979.
Okay, hold on. On top of that, ESPN launched.
1979.
We've got you. Yep, 1979. As that was the last time Breathitt County won the regional.
And Steve Dace was 1 year old.
Yeah,
1979.
I was born in 79. Born after Breathitt County won the regional tournament that year. So as far as it goes, it has not been in my lifetime that the Breathitt County Bobcats have won the 14th regional tournament. In baseball, anyway. We want to thank Rick Hensley for running the camera for us. He's up on the hill. We've only got the one camera. Not the best line of sight as far as filming through a net here on the backstop. So we went with the one camera up on top of the hill. Got a pretty good view. I know there's probably a light pole that might block a little bit, but for the most part, you'll be able to see exactly what's happening. Going to run down the batting lineup for Letcher Central. Leading off will be the shortstop for the Cougars tonight. That is Jonah Little. In center field, batting second is Jaden Huff. Quentin Williams is pitching for the Cougars. He's batting third. Aiden Fields at third, batting in cleanup spot. Dawson Kinser is behind the plate, batting fifth. Max Rowart at first, batting seventh. The DH tonight, Andrew Little will bat seventh. Mason Boggs at second, batting eighth, and batting ninth in right field is Brett Smith. Not batting tonight will be the center fielder, Caden Harrell. For Breathitt County, aligned defensively this way, Isaac Bellamy on the mound, Robbie Turner behind the plate, Sebastian Howard, or third to first, Sebastian Howard, Andrew Combs, Aiden Combs, Reese Cox, left to right in order, Brady Tincher, Dylan Stacy, and Blake Ritchie as the Breathitt County Bobcats, like I said, looking for their first regional title since 1979. And last time they won that regional title, they wound up going to sectional tournament down in Somerset. The winner of this game will play next Friday in the state tournament.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll play at 1:30 in the afternoon.
Fourth region.
Probably
Warren Central, Warren East.
South Warren and Bowling Green in the championship game. Those two split in the regular season.
After counterclock.
Counterclock's field.
Gym, yeah.
Yeah. So here we go. Breathitt County, the home team on the scoreboard. Little will step in for the Cougars and takes the first pitch on the outside corner for a called strike.
Little pitched a good game last night. Jonah Little, he's a senior.
As Bellamy winds the 0-1. Foul tipped right into the mitt for strike two.
Steve's been an excellent baseball 14th regional tournament. Upsets with Wolf County Bobcats last night and just wore out Estill County.
Here's the 0-2. This one upstairs off the plate, just a hair for ball one.
And Little went the distance last night to get that win, 5-1 win over Wolf County.
Bellamy winds the 1-2 to Little. Foul tip, strike three, and that's out number one here in the first, and that'll bring Huff to the plate with one out. The base is empty.
Huff, a junior, number 13. Bobcats in their white uniforms, blue pinstripes. Letcher in their blue tops, white pants.
Swing and a miss for strike one. Huff. In center field tonight for the Cougars. As Bellamy winds the 0-1, a breaking ball taken for strike two. That one it just locked Huff up that time. Broke right across the plate.
Bellamy's an ace, one of the best in the mountains.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Bellamy winds, delivers fastball, hammered in the left field. Tincher going over. It's extra bases for the Cougars. Tincher will cut it off before it hits the wall, but Huff at second with the stand-up double. And that's what Breathitt County did last night to Estill County, but they did a lot of that in that first inning.
Jumped all over Estill County.
As Williams at the plate for the Cougars, runner in scoring position. Letcher County Central, coached by former Bobcat assistant and head coach Brian Dean. He was at Letcher Central for a while. This is his second stint there. I'll get my tongue untwisted here in a minute.
Yes, coached a few years now in Alabama.
He did. First pitch to Williams, taking low and in for ball one.
He's an Owsley County native. Of course, Bobcats coached by Justin Combs.
Dean did win regional title or two in his previous stint at Letcher Central as the 1-0 was swinging a miss for strike one, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, Letcher has a player in scoring position early here.
Yeah, that's Huff out at second with 1 out. 1-1 count. Bellamy going from the stretch with a runner at second. Sets, delivers across for strike two. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Williams at the plate. Bellamy will check the runner as shortstop Combs going over to hold him close. Now sets, delivers, and Williams will chase one up and out of the zone, foul it off. Count remains 1-2.
And 1 out here, top of the first. And a very beautiful baseball facility that Prairie Central has.
It is the top of the first. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Stayed upstairs for ball 2. 1-2 the count. 2-2 the count. Bellamy sets now, throws to second, and Huff back in time. Combs covering. Lefty at the plate. Second baseman will stay in what would be the pull side of the field. Shortstop generally will cover on a runner at second in that situation as Bellamy delivers the break-even pitch. Upstairs, ball 3. Count full, 3-2.
You know, of course, both sides are nervous and anxious, so and that will both sides will calm down.
They'll settle in, yeah.
They'll settle in as the game goes.
This payoff pitch from Bellamy. This one's popped up, goes foul, out of play behind us. Count still full.
Huff still at second base.
Top of the first. Bellamy sets. Delivers the payoff pitch. Upstairs, ball 4. So a strikeout, a double, and then a walk, and it puts runners at first and second with 1 out.
Fields a senior for the Cougars. And Robbie Turner is going to talk to Bellamy to make sure to get it on the same page.
Yeah, last night Estill County got a couple of men aboard with nobody out. Bobcats were able to roll 2 and then strand the runner at third. Got out of that inning without allowing Estill County to score. That went a long way to allowing to happen what did happen when Breathitt County went on to score those runs in the bottom of the first. And it's important to minimize anything Letcher Central could do here in the top of the first. Runners at first and second,
yes.
1 out. Fields at the plate. First pitch, across for strike 1.
Nice comeback pitch by Bellamy.
Fields is the cleanup batter for Letcher Central as he'll step over, get his play call from Coach Dean, puts his card back in his pocket. Now digs in. Bellamy with the 0-1 delivery. He fouled back to the screen for strike 2. Quickly, no balls, 2 strikes to count.
Huff still at second base. Scoring position. No score here. Top of the first, but 1 out in the 14th Region Boys Baseball Championship.
Bellamy sets. Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball stayed in for ball 1. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball again, hits him. Loads the bases.
And off the bat is number 9, Dawson Kinser. He's a sophomore.
County Central, the catcher, number 9, Dawson Kinser.
So 1 out and the bases loaded for Letcher Central. They've got 1 hit so far. That was a double by Huff with 1 out. Then a walk and a hit by pitch. Cougars looking to take an early lead here in the top of the first. They were able to do that against Wolf County last night. Got a couple in the first. As Dawson takes the first pitch from Bellamy upstairs for ball 1.
They are 1 out here in the top of the first inning. Lights are on here at Commodore Stadium.
Bellamy winds the 1-0. Across for strike 1. Count even at a ball and a strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the first. Bases loaded. Scoreless at the moment. Here's the 1-1. A swing and a miss for strike 2.
Oh, big time pitch by Bellamy.
Dawson steps back in. Here's the 1-2. Lined in the right field. That will be a couple of runs at least for Letcher Central. As Richie picks it up, 2 runs in, a double for Dawson, and runners still at second and third and 1 out.
Letcher strikes first. Plate 2 runs here in the top of the first.
Next for the Cougars, first baseman, number 7, Max Roar.
In the first 2 meetings, Breathitt County shut out Letcher Central the first 2 times they played.
Yeah, it was 6-0, 4-0. As first pitch to Roark is taken for strike 1.
A little high on
Taking
that one.
high, yeah. The 0-1 taking high for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And 1 out. 2-0. Bellamy up to 25 pitches. Bellamy taking his time well to Kinser. So Roark steps out there. Max Roark, a junior.
The 1-1 is strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
2 runs on 2 hits so far for the Cougars as this pitch, the 1-2, going to be fouled back out of play. Count still 1-2.
Cougars have runners at second and third.
One, 2, taken for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Breathitt County, things just settle down. They'll be fine. But need to get it out here as the break-even pitch. A swing and a miss for strike 3. Big out for the Bobcats. It's out number 2. Keeps runners at second and third for the Cougars. They lead it 2-0 here in the top of the first.
Hitter, number 16, Andrew Little.
Number 16, Andrew Little, a sophomore, comes to the plate for Letcher Central.
First pitch from Bellamy upstairs, ball 1.
And Brian Dean is going to, talk to the head official. That is.
They're going to get a courtesy runner for the catcher out at second.
The courtesy runner for Letcher Central is number 28, Dylan Elker.
Eddie Browning behind the plate.
And that's Eldridge.
I also happy congratulations to Happy Mobilini retiring today from the Hazard High School. Mayor Happy Mobilini.
The 1-0 taken for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes.
Letcher has runners in scoring position.
Yeah, Eldridge at second, the courtesy runner. Fields at third. Andrew Little, the DH at the plate for the Cougars. He'll take the 2-0 for strike 1. Bellamy sets. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Lined again in the right field. Ritchie will field on one hop. Throwing to the plate to hold the runner at third. Good throw, but it's 3-0 Cougars.
Now batting for the Cougars.
So runners at the corners with 2 outs.
Mason Boggs.
As Boggs to the plate. 8th batter of the inning for Letcher Central with 2 on and 2 out.
Mason Boggs, number 1. He's a 7th grader.
He'll take strike 1.
Like Steve said, runners at first and at third.
Bellamy sets. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch from Bellamy tapped foul for strike 2.
2 outs here, top of the first. Bellamy at 36 pitches.
That's a lot of pitches for the first inning. But again, settle down, get the out here, and then get back into it. Breaking ball, strike 3. Says it caught a piece of the corner, and Breathitt County needed that out to get out of the inning. Not before the Cougars plate 3 runs. They lead it 3-0 going to the bottom of the first. We will be back in 1 minute. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. A lot has changed in 100 years. We've gone from the Model T to the electric car, from silent film to home theaters, and from the telegram to the iPhone. And through it all, People's Bank and Trust of Hazard has been there for local people. From paper checks to debit cards, from wire transfers to online banking, People's Bank has maintained a tradition of service while embracing the future for your financial needs. Celebrating a century of service to the mountains. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Back to WJSN 97.3. King of Mountain Sports, Letcher Central 3, Breathitt County 0. We're going to the bottom of the first.
Run down the batting lineup for Breathitt County. Leading off will be the catcher, Turner. Tencher's in left field batting second. Combs at short. That's Andrew Combs in the 3 spot. Howard will bat cleanup for the Bobcats. He plays third. Bellamy on the mound batting 5th. Cox at first batting 6th. 7, 8, 9 is Aiden Combs at second. Ritchie in right field, and then Stacy in center field. Defensively aligned this way for Letcher Central. Quentin Williams on the mound. Dawson behind the plate. Third to first in order. Fields, Little, that's Jonah Little. Boggs and Roark left to right in order. Harrell, Huff, and Smith. As Breathitt County some work to do, trailing 3-0 here in the
Leading off tonight,
bottom of the first.
Bobcats, the catcher, number 52, Robbie Turner.
Number 52, Robbie Turner, hitting first, number 1 in the lineup. Leading off for the Bobcats.
Cougars did strand a couple of runners in the first. So for Breathitt County to allow 3 runs, it could have been more. At least one of the 2 runners were in scoring position over at third. So Robbie Turner trying to get things started for Breathitt County here in the bottom of the first inning. Here's the first pitch. Up and out for ball 1.
And Robbie does a good job behind that plate. Just a sophomore.
Williams sets. Here's the 1-0. Upstairs, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes.
Whitten Williams on the mound for Letcher Central.
Here's the 2-0. Taken for strike 1.
Williams has an ERA of 1.54.
Breathitt County's faced him twice, if I looked at the stats right this year. So they saw him in both the games they played the Cougars as the 2-1 in the dirt for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike.
Bobcats trail 3-0.
Looking to get some of these runs back. Williams kicks the 3-1. Taken for strike 2. Count full to Robbie Turner, leading off the bottom of the first for Breathitt County. Nobody out at the moment. And the outside pitch called for strike 3. Out number 1.
Number 12, Brady Tancher, coming to the plate. The junior.
Number 12, Brady Letcher.
Browning behind the plate last night for the Breathitt County game as well. And one thing Breathitt County should have picked up last night and followed into tonight is that Browning will call the pitches just off the plate for strikes. He'll expand that zone on the inside corner a little bit as well. It's up to the players to adjust to that. As long as he's consistent, that's all you can ask. As the first pitch to Turner, taken up and away for ball 1.
On deck is Andrew Combs, number 32.
Williams going from the stretch all the time. Here's the 1-0, a breaking ball that will break just on the outside corner for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Bases are empty for the Bobcats.
So 1-1 count with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Fouled straight back to the screen for strike 2. Tincher a little bit ahead of that. And
Tancher
under
has
it.
plenty of power.
He does. Here's the 1-2 from Williams. Outside corner taken for ball 2. Count goes even at 2-2.
And 1 out.
Well, that pitch really not even that close getting across the outside corner of the plate, but you keep them thinking breaking ball, and then you can come back with a fastball. Here's the break-even pitch. Up and away for ball 3. Count goes full. One out, base is empty. And strike 3 the call on the full count on the payoff pitch, and that's out number 2 for Breathitt County.
Combs to the plate, number 32. The Kentucky Christian signee.
So 2 outs and the base is empty. Williams with 12 pitches so far here in the first. Delivers to Andrew Combs, a big cut and a miss for strike 1.
Combs, a senior for the Bobcats.
Here's the 0-1 from Williams. Blowing away, gets by the catcher, but nobody on, so that part don't matter, and it's one ball and a strike.
Base is empty for Breathitt County.
Here's the 1-1. Lifted into left field. That ball back. Center fielder drifts back, and it's off the wall. Combs rounds second. He'll hand to third, and he'll be there with the stand-up triple, 2-out triple for Breathitt County.
Good job by Combs. A stand-up triple, just what the Bobcats needed.
Now batting for the Bobcats, the third baseman, number 34.
And that will bring Sebastian Howard to the plate with 2 outs and a runner at third base.
Sebastian Howard, a freshman for the Bobcats.
Breathitt County trying to get on the board at the very least. And first pitch, strike one.
Hopefully that will calm the Bobcats down.
The 0-1 across the outside corner for strike two. Again, I said it a minute ago, he's going to call that pitch a couple of inches off the plate. He's consistent with it. You've got to go after it. Williams with the 0-2 delivery. Swing and a miss for strike three. So Breathitt County will strand a runner. They trail 3-0 going to the top of the second. Due up for Letcher Central, 9-1-2. Smith, Little, Huff. Back in one. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. A lot has changed in 100 years. We've gone from the Model T to the electric car, from silent film to home theaters, and from the telegram to the iPhone. And through it all, People's Bank and Trust of Hazard has been there for local people. From paper checks to debit cards, from wire transfers to online banking, People's Bank has maintained a tradition of service while embracing the future for your financial needs. Celebrating a century of service to the mountains. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Welcome back to the Perry County Central Baseball Complex. We go to the top of inning number 2. It's 3-0 Letcher Central. They will have 9-1-2 coming to the plate. Smith, Jonah Little, then Huff. As 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 stranded in the first for the Cougars. No runs, 1 hit, 1 stranded in the first for Breathitt County. So Breathitt County going to have to come from behind tonight. They've been playing from ahead the entire tournament to this point.
Yes, they have. So hopefully a quick inning here for Bellamy.
First pitch squaring the bunt is Smith, and he'll foul it back out of play for strike one.
Number 18, Brett Smith, a sophomore.
So no balls, 1 strike. For Bellamy, if you can get some quick outs, and yeah, you want strikeouts are good, but if you can get a couple of quick outs, then go a long way in helping kind of settle everything down. Got out of the first. Good start to the second with an 0-2 count to Smith at the plate after a swing and miss. Bellamy winds, delivers. Outside corner taken for strike 3. Out number 1 in the top of the second.
Next for the Cougars, the shortstop, number 11, Jonah Little.
So Jonah Little at the plate. Second appearance tonight, struck out in the first. He's looking for his first hit of the night. And Breathitt County's looking for out number 2 here in the second.
Little, senior, hitting .460 for Letcher Central.
Bellamy winds, delivers, breaking ball, inside corner taken for strike 1. Mixed that up a little bit, started the at-bat with the breaking ball and stayed inside and cut across the plate. Little was going to take one for the team, so to speak, and it went for strike 1. The 0-1 lifted into right field. Ritchie will go over. settle under, make the call, and the catch for out number 2.
2 up, 2 down for the Bobcats.
And those are the quick outs I said the Bobcats needed.
Now batting for the Cougars, the center fielder, number 13, Jaden Huff.
Paul Jaden Huff, number 13, hitting .387 for the Cougars. Of course, tomorrow night, me and John will have the Wolf County and Prairie Central softball game. The Blue Guys show will be tomorrow evening, starting at 5:30. Sports Talk will be Friday at 5:30.
Huff will call time, step out. Bellamy not going to break his stance. He'll stay right there. As Huff back in the box. Bellamy with the sign, winds, delivers. Breaking ball, swinging a miss for strike 1.
Looks like Bellamy has found his groove on the mound.
Well, on top of that, the Cougars were jumping on that fastball in the first inning, and he's showing a little bit more of the breaking ball here in the second. Here's the 0-1. Another breaking ball. This one's in the dirt for ball 1. Count even at a ball and a strike.
And 2 outs. Bellamy up to 44 pitches.
Yeah, 37 in the first, though.
Yeah.
Bellamy staring in, has his sign. Here's the 1-1. Low and away for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Just a hair low. Had that been up a few inches, he probably would have got the call, even off the plate. Here's the 2-1 from Bellamy. Inside corner for strike 2. Count goes even. Huff did not like the call.
Nice pitch by Bellamy. Bases are empty for Letcher.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the break-even pitch. A breaking ball for strike 3. And a 1-2-3 top of the second for the Bobcats. Breathitt County needed that inning. As we go to the bottom of the second, 3-0 in favor of the Cougars from Letcher Central. 5, 6, 7 due up for Breathitt County. Bellamy, Cox, and Aiden Combs. Back in 1 minute. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. A lot has changed in 100 years. We've gone from the Model T to the electric car, from silent film to home theaters, and from the telegram to the iPhone. And through it all, People's Bank and Trust of Hazard has been there for local people. From paper checks to debit cards, from wire transfers to online banking, People's Bank has maintained a tradition of service while embracing the future for your financial needs. Celebrating a century of service to the mountains. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
We're back here in Hazard, Kentucky on the campus of Perry County Central High School. Going to the bottom of inning number 2. Breathitt County needing some base runners. They trail 3-0 to Letcher Central. 3 runs, 3 hits, 2 stranded so far for the Cougars. No run, 1 hit, no errors for either team. 1 stranded for Breathitt County. So it'll be Bellamy, Cox, and Aiden Combs. 5, 6, 7 in the lineup for Breathitt County. They got off to the hot start last night, 10 runs in the first, won the game 17-2 in 4 innings. Of course, that was followed a 3-2 win over Perry Central in round 1. Letcher Central 10-0 win over Powell County in the first round, and then round 2 last night, a 4-1 win over Wolf County. And they lead 3-0 here in the bottom of the second thus far as first pitch to Bellamy taken for ball 1.
Number 8, Isaac Bellamy, a junior, and pitching tonight.
For Breathitt County, be a little bit more patient at the plate. Let the breaking balls go and attack the fastballs. He's got more fastballs over the plate so far than breaking balls, talking about Williams. 1-0 is taken for strike 1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Of course, if you're Williams and Letcher Central, if you can paint that outside corner against these righties with that breaking ball, you're probably going to have a good night.
Yes.
1-1 count.
I agree with you.
Base is empty. Bellamy leading off the bottom of the second for Breathitt County. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Taken low for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike.
The 14th Region Boys Baseball Championship, Breathitt County versus Letcher Central.
3-0 the score at the moment. Here's the 2-1 delivery after a long delay. Lifted foul. First is siding out of play for strike 2.
Bellamy trying to generate some offense for the Bobcats.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes. At the very least for Breathitt County, be patient, make Williams work. Here's the 2-2. Upstairs, ball 3, count goes full. Bellamy stepped out, now back in. Awaits the payoff pitch as Williams will set, pause, and then deliver. Popped up in the infield to second base. Boggs goes over. He'll make the catch for out number 1.
Number 2, Reese Cox,
Reese.
the first baseman, a junior.
1 out, the base is empty for Breathitt County here in the bottom of the second.
Cox trying to get some offense started for the Bobcats.
First pitch, lifted foul, left field side for strike 1. That one sounded good coming off the bat, but once it got going, it really didn't. It was out of play, but had that been a fair ball, probably would have been caught by the left fielder.
Right. (3-0) Bobcats trail.
Williams with his sign. Here's the 0-1. Hit hard in the hole at short and trickles into left field where the County hit number 2 on the night, a single for Cox, and the Bobcats have a runner at first.
Good job by Cox to get on the base.
So 1 on, 1 out for Breathitt County. Aiden Combs to the plate. He had a double last night for the Bobcats, reached on an error as well. At the plate.
Coach Justin Combs getting him some instruction.
Yeah, and I'm curious on if he's going to try to sack bunt here, maybe to get Cox into scoring position. Or if he's telling him, hey, drive that ball the other way. Williams. First pitch upstairs for ball 1.
Bobcats brought a big crowd.
They did. They've got several people from other areas sitting on their side as well. Here's the 1-0. Blowing away for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes.
Cox at first.
Cougar fans wanting the pitch at the shoulders and the pitch
Cougars.
6 inches off the plate.
They got a rowdy student section over there. It was last night versus Wolf.
Here's the 2-0. Lifted foul, out of play, right field side for strike 1. 2-1 to count, 1 out. Cox over at first base for the Bobcats. Aiden Combs at the plate. Williams with the 2-1. Lifted foul, right field side again, out of play for strike 2.
Williams up to 30 pitches. Cox at first base.
Steps back over on the bag as Williams throws over. Back safely, though. 2-2 count to Aiden Combs, the 7th grader. Break even pitch is fouled off. And once again, first base side. Count still 2-2.
And 1 out.
Right fielder has moved in a little bit more towards that line as time called at the plate. For Combs, if you can get it more over top of the second baseman's head, probably more likely to drop one in. Here's the 2-2. Fouled off once again. Combs, a good job getting a piece of that one to keep the at-bat going. Right off the end of the bat.
He's fighting these pitches off.
And that's the thing. Making Williams work. Didn't have a ton of pitches in the first. He's up to 32 pitches now. You want him to be right around 40 before this inning's over at the very least. Here's a ground ball, pulled foul, third base side. Count still 2-2. Okay, 2-2 count, 1 out, 1 on for Breathitt County. Listening to some of the banter between the fans here, both sides. Step and throw to first. Ball gets by the first baseman. Cox will go to second, and he'll be in scoring position after the throwing error by Williams.
Cox at second base. 1 out here.
Two count still at the plate for Aiden Combs and Breathitt County. Williams with the break-even pitch again, up and away for ball 3, runs the count full, 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes to Aiden Combs with 1 out. Trying to have at the very least a productive out as Williams doesn't look out at second. He'll go straight to the plate. Fouled off. That one had me jumping, James.
Yeah, right at you. Do it.
Count full.
Count remains full.
Cox going
he was
on the pitch.
Move.
And I believe Coach Dean going to go out and explain that to Williams. He's like, hey, wait a minute. You did not look at him and keep him close. And even if it had been strike 3, Cox probably had third base stolen.
He did.
So you've got to, at the very least, kind of step off, look at him. And meeting adjourned in the infield as they bring out more baseballs. Some of the fouled balls. Give it to the umpire behind the plate. 3-0. Letcher Central leading Breathitt County here in the bottom of the second. Runner out at second base for the Bobcats. Full count to Aiden Combs at the plate with 1 out. Williams now does check the runner. Delivers to the plate again. He's trying to make sure I'm awake on this one, fouling it right at me.
You are awake. You're jumping every time.
Not as young as I used to. I'm not used to sit and let that bounce, but no. Things hurt more as you get older, James.
They do hurt. They sting.
Take longer to heal.
Longer to heal.
Full count still. Good at bat by Combs, making Williams work. Runner out at second for the Bobcats. They spin and throw to second. And it gets into center field. Cox will go to third with 1 out.
We saw this versus Prairie Central a couple nights ago. The pitcher had problems throwing back to second base. Cox now at
third. So if you can get a ball in play on the right side of the infield, you might be able to plate this run. Runner at third with 1 out. Full count still to Aiden Combs at the plate. Payoff pitch. Upstairs and away, ball 4. What an at-bat by the 7th grader to work that walk.
Very patient.
Back to back for the Bobcats, the right fielder, number 5, Blake.
So runners at the corners with 1 out. And Blake Ritchie to the plate.
Number 5,
this
senior.
is a situation where you might see a bunt. See the push. You got it. Here's the thing for the Bobcats: you have to score a run this inning to start getting back in this ball game.
Yes, you do. Bobcats have runners at the corners, and Ritchie, the senior.
Williams looks at first, delivers to the plate. They throw to second. Throw got cut off. Cox will score. Breathitt County gives up the out to get the run.
Bobcats on the board.
Pitch was called a ball. Strike. Okay.
Bobcats score.
Three to one the score now.
Bases are empty.
And the 0-1 to Richie fouled off for strike two.
Stacy on deck.
Get away from Russell's concentration, worrying about that run, and give you 2 bases.
3-1 now.
0-2 count at the plate
And
to
2
Richie as the 0-2 is upstairs for ball one.
And we got 2 outs here.
Well, at the very least, Breathitt County is accomplishing 2 things. They got on the board, and they're going to make Williams be at
40.
At pitch number 40 before this inning is over. They'll make him work. 2 pluses for the Bobcats. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball, and that
Just
one,
missed.
I don't know where that was out of the zone. They call it for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bobcats get a break on that one.
They deserve a break.
Every now and
They deserve
then.
a break.
Yeah, every now and then. 2-2 count, 2 outs. Break even pitch. Fouled off as Richie keeps the at-bat going.
Richie, the senior, for Coach Combs.
42 pitches for Williams, 26 strikes. They've got 41 on the board. I think they're just a hair behind. That was pitch number 42. Again, the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss this time for strike 3. So Breathitt County plates a run. They trail it still 3-1 going to the top of the third. Due up for Letcher Central, 3-4-5. We will be back in 1 minute. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. A lot has changed in 100 years. We've gone from the Model T to the electric car, from silent film to home theaters, and from the telegram to the iPhone. And through it all, People's Bank and Trust of Hazard has been there for local people. From paper checks to debit cards, from wire transfers to online banking, People's Bank has maintained a tradition of service while embracing the future for your financial needs. Celebrating a century of service to the mountains. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
We go to the top of inning number 3, 3-4-5 due up for Letcher Central. That is Williams, Fields, and Dawson for the Cougars. Breathitt County able to play a run in the bottom of the second. They trail it 3-1. So far, 3 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors, 2 stranded for Letcher Central. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 stranded for Breathitt County.
Bobcats starting to chip away at this lead.
And had said it last inning, I'll say it again. You got to get a quick inning as a swing and a miss on pitch number 1 to Williams. And Bellamy quickly ahead in the count, 0-1.
Williams hitting .320, the pitcher.
0-1 pitch taken for strike 2. Bellamy shakes off the first sign. Now takes the second sign in the 0-2 delivery. Lifted into right center field, going over, and unable to make the catch was Richie. Stacy will be there to pick it up. And they're going to hold Williams at second with a leadoff double for the Cougars.
Letcher has a runner now in scoring position with no outs.
And always important to get the leadoff man aboard, and especially if you get him in scoring position, which the Cougars have done. Chances go way up of getting that run across the plate. as Fields, who was hit by a pitch in the first, also scored a run at the plate. Breathitt County throws to second. Williams will be back safely. Bellamy will set, look towards second base, deliver it to the plate. Fields had squared the bunt, pulled it back, and takes strike one.
Aiden Fields hitting .320.
I'm not sure if bunt was called or not because he was almost like he was unsure if he wanted to try to bunt it. Like he pulled it back, started to put it, and then pulled it back. But 0-1 count at the plate to Fields. Bellamy checks the runner. Now comes Plateward with the 0-1. Bunted foul for strike two, so he was wanting to bunt. Trying to get the runner at third with only one out. And now with 0-2, we'll see if they swing away.
Bellamy at 52 pitches.
Fields back in the box. Bellamy likes what he got on his sign. Kicks the 0-2. Breaking ball hit towards short. Are they going to go to third? No. They'll take it to first. Get the out for out number one.
But runner advances to third base.
Yeah, productive out for the Cougars.
Now batting for
Thought they might try to go to third with the runner going
Kintzer.
with the ground ball to the left side, but they go ahead and get the out at first. Out number one, and Dawson to the plate, who doubled the right in the first, knocked in a couple of runs.
Dawson Kintzer hitting .312 for the Cougars.
First pitch, strike one.
Letcher has a runner at third base.
No balls, one strike to count. The 0-1 pitch, a breaking ball. Check swing at the plate, and he did not go. They're going to ask for an appeal, and yeah, I agree with that.
Letcher Central's 3, Breathitt County 1.
So 1-1 pitch, or 1-1 count.
Letcher has a runner at third base.
Bellamy with the 1-1. The bunt squared, pulled back, takes ball two. Two one the count.
Bellamy gets the sign, fouls back.
Count even at 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out.
So the count even.
Bellamy gets his sign.
Delivers the break-even pitch up and in for ball 3. Count goes full.
Only 1 out here.
Payoff pitch. Popped up but fouled. Count still full at 3-2.
Yeah, foul back behind us to the right.
1 out, 1 on. Runner at third for the Cougars. 3-1, Letcher Central leads Breathitt County at the moment. They're threatening again in the payoff pitch to Bellamy. Popped up. It'll be shallow right field. See if they're going to try to tag the runner. They will. Ritchie makes the catch. Runner will go back to third. He did not stay on the bag. And that's out number 2. Looked initially like he was going to go back and tag up, but
Yes, it sure did.
Now batting the first baseman, number 7, Max Roark.
Number 7, Max Roark, hitting .208.
he struck out in the first. Breathitt County could use an out here.
Absolutely.
Get out of this inning here in the top of the third. Bellamy sets. First pitch. Breaking ball. Did not break enough. Upstairs, ball 1. That one was close, but I believe it was a tad high. The 1-0. Swing and a miss for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Nice pitch by Bellamy.
1-1 count. Williams still at third base for the Cougars with 2 outs here in the third. Top of the third as the 1-1 pitch from Bellamy fouled off to the screen for strike 2. Count now 1-2.
Bellamy trying to get out of this inning. The Bobcats was any more damage done.
1-2 count. Bellamy sets, kicks to the plate, breaking ball. Roark thought it was going to hit him, and then he had to fight that one off. It's still 1-2. Good job by Roark to get a piece of that ball.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bellamy up to 64 pitches.
Here's the 1-2 upstairs and gets past Tencher, but not a ton of room behind the plate anymore here at Perry Central, and it evens the count at 2-2. Still 2 outs. Breathitt County trying to get out of this top of the third. Keep the score where it is at 3-1. Bellamy going from the stretch with the runner at third base. Sets, delivers, breaking ball, lifted into center field. Stacy will go over, settle under, and make the catch.
Good job.
For out number 3. So the Cougars get a leadoff double. They cannot bring him in. It's 3-1 as we go to the bottom of inning number 3. 9-1-2 due up for Breathitt County. That's Stacy, Turner, and Tencher. Back in 1. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. A lot has changed in 100 years. We've gone from the Model T to the electric car, from silent film to home theaters, and from the telegram to the iPhone. And through it all, People's Bank and Trust of Hazard has been there for local people. From paper checks to debit cards, from wire transfers to online banking, People's Bank has maintained a tradition of service while embracing the future for your financial needs. Celebrating a century of service to the mountains. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Back to work. WJSN 97.3 Sports, 14th Region Baseball Championship action. Breathitt County Bobcats trail Letcher Central 3-1 here. Letcher jumped on the Bobcats early, Steve.
Yeah, Breathitt County has 9-1-2 to the plate. Stacy, Turner, Tencher. So a spot in the lineup where Breathitt County could possibly cut into the lead, tie, maybe even take a lead, dare we say that, here in the 14th Region Championship game, going to the bottom of the third. So far, 3 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors, 3 stranded for the Cougars. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 stranded for Breathitt County.
The winner of this game will play the winner of the 4th Region next Friday at 1:30 at the Counter Clock Stadium in Lexington, Kentucky.
So Stacy will dig in and lead off the third for the Bobcats, trying to get something going. Scored a run in the bottom of the second. It don't take much for the fans to get going at each other here. They started before anything got going here. First pitch to Stacy, a breaking ball, low, taken for ball 1.
Stacy hitting .239. Does an excellent job in that outfield. A lot of speed, very athletic.
Here's the 1-0 from Williams. Fouled back to the screen for strike 1. Count even at a ball and a strike.
Big crowd on both sides this evening.
Oh, absolutely. You expect that in a regional championship game, really for any sport. Breathitt County trying to break a 44-year drought of regional tournament championships for baseball. 1-1 pitch, have as much time as he thought he had. And when he looked up, it's like, oh, I've got to rocket this thing across.
Got to move it right.
Yeah. So Turner At the plate now for Breathitt County with one out and the base is empty.
Robbie Turner hitting .314.
He struck out in the first. Looking to get something going here as Turner steps out when Williams tried to set. Takes a cut, steps back in.
Crowd going back and forth.
Here's the first pitch to Turner. He'll foul it back out of play for strike one.
Base is empty for Breathitt County.
So no balls, one count to Turner with one out, nobody on. Breathitt County needing some base runners, trailing 3-1 here in the bottom of the third. As Williams will kick the 0-1 to the plate. Turner pops it up in the infield. Williams coming off the mound. He'll make the catch for out number 2.
Brady Tancher coming to the plate, hitting .434 for the Bobcats.
Left fielder, number 12, Brady.
Letcher Central only allowed the 1 run last night. They've only allowed 2 runs for the entire tournament so far. Breathitt County needs 2 more to tie. You got a little ways and some time to do it, but
Need to start.
yeah, you don't. You start.
Soon
You
as
look
possible,
up
right?
and it's your time's getting shorter. Well, Tincher struck out in the first, trying to get something going with 2 outs here in the third. Takes the first pitch upstairs for ball 1.
But not even acknowledged.
The 1 ball, no strikes.
This thing is totally.
Williams up to 48 pitches.
Here's the 1-0 upstairs for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Tincher, then Andrew Combs in the on-deck circle if Tincher can reach safely.
Yeah, you don't be behind this.
Tincher, of course, plenty of power.
The 2-0. Swing and a miss for strike 1. You heard the do it for South Fork.
Yeah.
2-1 count. I like that. Williams sets. Kicks the 2-1 to the plate with 2 outs and a swing and a miss for strike 2. Big swing that time. Tincher going after it. Runs the count even at 2-2.
And 2 outs here. Of course, they were on live streaming tonight on YouTube.
Check us out. WJSN 97.3 on YouTube. Search it. You'll find us. 2-2 pitch goes outside for ball 3. Count goes full.
And it's a pitcher perfect on this. Good angles. You did a great job on this, Steve.
We got the eye in the sky up there with Rick Hensley running the camera. The payoff pitch outside. Is that ball 4? 4. That's 4, yes. That's ball 4.
Yes. So Tincher goes to first and Combs.
Tincher didn't want to take the walk. He kept trying to ignore the umpire, and he looked back. Umpire's like, that's 4. Go to first.
Gotta go, man.
So 2 outs, 1 on. Andrew Combs at the plate. He doesn't need to go up looking for a home run, James, but this is those situations where one swing of the bat could tie it.
Absolutely. He's among, or not the state leader in home runs.
Tincher a decent lead. They're going to throw over. He's back in time. Keep drawing those throws. They've had 2 errors, both on throwing errors, trying to pick runners off the bases.
And Tincher has some speed on the bases.
Williams will look over. Now comes to the plate. Upstairs, ball 1.
Tincher going to do his best to distract the pitcher, Williams.
Try to use this aggressive.
Yeah, it's easy to distract a lefty when you're on first.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the 1-0. Swinging a foul tip for strike 1. Count even at a ball and a strike.
And 2 outs.
So 1-1 count.
On deck.
They
is
throw over to
Bash
first, and Tincher back safely.
Bash Howard on deck.
Williams coming to the plate with the 1-1, up and away for ball 2. 2-1 to count. This is a hitter's plus count, a 2-1 count where the hitter actually ahead in the count, but it's, to me, not a real good hitter's count. 3-1, however, could be. Pitch got by the catcher, bounces right back at him. Runner goes from first, and they throw him out. Being aggressive on the base pass did not pan out that time for the Bobcats as we go to the top of the fourth. 3-1 the score. Letcher Central the lead, due up for the Cougars. 7, 8, 9. Little, Boggs, and Smith. Back in 1 minute. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. A lot has changed in 100 years. We've gone from the Model T to the electric car, from silent film to home theaters, and from the telegram to the iPhone. And through it all, People's Bank and Trust of Hazard has been there for local people. From paper checks to debit cards, from wire transfers to online banking, People's Bank has maintained a tradition of service while embracing the future for your financial needs. Celebrating a century of service to the mountains. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
We go to the top of the fourth. 7, 8, 9 due up for Letcher Central. Little, Boggs, Smith. That's Andrew Little, not Jonah Little, coming to the plate for the Cougars. Letcher Central still leading 3-1 over Breathitt County as we go to the fourth. Runs have been at a premium against these Cougars in this tournament.
Yes, they have very stingy.
Breathitt County scored 17 last night, 1 so far today.
Yeah, the bats were swinging big last night. But trailing 3-1 here.
3 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors, 3 stranded for the Cougars. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 stranded for the Bobcats as Little fouls off the first pitch for strike 1.
I'll give a shout out to Sam Noble, Timmy Hurl, Alan Shaw, and Bessie Burnett for always tuning in to WJSN 97.3. Thank you, guys. And everybody else, too.
Absolutely.
Everybody
we appreciate
else.
it. Sorry you're stuck with us, but we appreciate it. 0-1, fouled back again for strike 2. Bellamy quickly ahead in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Bellamy's thrown 67 pitches. Now, they've got 68 on the board. I got him for 67. Anyway, 47 strikes, 20 out of the zone. A little more than the 2-to-1 strike-to-ball ratio. This pitch going to be lifted in the center field. Stacy coming on. A diving attempt. Cannot make the catch. And he'll chase it down and keep the runner at first.
Leadoff hitter on for
good attempt by Stacy.
Yeah.
Now batting for the Cougars, the second baseman, number 1, Mason Boggs.
Number 1, Mason Boggs. 7th grader hit 107.
Do not be surprised to see a bunt. Nobody out. Little over at first. That's Andrew Little for Letcher Central. They're going to try to get him in scoring position.
Bobcats trailing 3-1.
Can't afford to give up any more runs. Bellamy going from the stretch with a runner at first. They throw over, and he's back safely. Closer, I think, than the Cougars really wanted it to be, but he was safe. First base coach goes over and says, you stay right here. You stay right here. Throw comes over, and he hadn't even moved off the bag.
Just in case.
Yeah, you stay.
That's why you stay, right?
That's right. Bellamy, a long look into the plate. Throws back over again, back safely. Boggs did square to bunt, so I think Breathitt County knows what's coming. He squares the bunt again. Bellamy sets, delivers. Bunt up the first base line. Bellamy will field. Toss to first for out number 1. Runner goes to second.
A mission accomplished for Letcher Central.
Up next for the Cougars, the right fielder.
That's small ball, and that works.
Smith.
Number 18, Brett Smith hitting 273 for Letcher Central. Bobcats trailing 3-1. Bellamy up to 69 pitches.
Runner at second with 1 out. Smith, the 9 spot, struck out in the second inning. Up with runner in scoring position, 1 down. First pitch across for strike 1.
Nice pitch by Bellamy.
Again, I've got him 70 pitches. I know they say 71 on the board, but 50 strikes. Here's the 0-1. Fouled back for strike 2. And again, quickly ahead, 0-2 on the count.
Letcher has their runner in scoring position.
Letcher's done a good job, though, hitting with 2 strikes tonight. They've had a few hits with a pitcher's count, and they've done good. Breathitt County trying to get out of this inning without any more damage, and that'll help as the 0-2 breaking ball taken for strike 3. That's out number 2 here in the 4th. It does bring up the very dangerous Jonah Little for the Cougars.
Little has 46 hits and 27 RBIs so far this season.
He'll step out and talk to his coach. No, Coach Dean going to talk to the umpire. And here's the question. I think he's seeing something maybe in the delivery or the motions from Bellamy about a potential balk. Or now they're going to bring the coaching staff in for Breathitt County, and I don't know.
So it'll be interesting to see what transpires here. Bobcats trailing 3-1. Justin Combs is going to talk to Bellamy. He might have saw something too.
Well, now they're having a discussion with all of the umpires. Coach Combs is going to go. I thought they were going to talk to Coach Combs. They do not talk to Coach Combs.
So 2 meetings here.
And I tell you, if anybody's going to know an obscure rule, it's going to be Brian Dean.
Yeah.
And if it's going to be to his advantage, he's going to use it. So we'll see what the call is here. Whatever it was, they told him no. They shook their head no. Yeah, something happened in the Powell County game. Powell County had their ace going, and it was a 3-0 game in the 3rd. Something happened, some kind of obscure rule, blah, 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 blah. And they got the pitcher taken out of the game, and Powell County went on to win going away. I'm sorry, Letcher Central went on to win going away over Powell County 10-0. As Breathitt County will throw to second, and Andrew Little back safely. Jonah Little at the plate with 2 outs for the Cougars here in the 4th. Bellamy sets, goes to the plate, breaking ball, breaks too much for ball 1.
2 outs here. Runner at second base.
It was a very good breaking ball. Just like I said, it broke too much. Had a lot of break on it. Going downward. Here's a 1-0. Fouled back to the screen for strike 1. Count even and a ball and a strike. 1-1. Little flat out to right in the second. Struck out in the first. He's 0 for 2. Breathitt County hoping he'll be 0 for 3. He's looking for his first hit. Bellamy sets, does look at second, becomes plate with the 1-1. A little bit of a slider there, and it goes away for ball 2. 2-1 the count.
2 outs now. This field's in great shape.
Yeah, we've talked about it earlier. They've done a lot of work in the last few years especially. Here's the 2-1 from Bellamy. Hard hit ground ball to third. Stopped by Howard, throw to first. Out, they call.
Well, play by Howard.
What a play by Howard, and it's 3-1. Going to the bottom of the 4th. Breathitt County with 3-4-5 to the plate. That's Combs, Howard, Bellamy back in 1. This is WJSN Sports.
That's a good one.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. lot has changed in 100 years. We've gone from the Model T to the electric car, from silent film to home theaters, and from the telegram to the iPhone. And through it all, People's Bank and Trust of Hazard has been there for local people. From paper checks to debit cards, from wire transfers to online banking, People's Bank has maintained a tradition of service while embracing the future for your financial needs. Celebrating a century of service to the mountains. People's Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
We go to the bottom of the fourth. Breathitt County trailing 3-1. And they will have 3, 4, 5 coming to the plate. That's Andrew Combs, Howard, and Bellamy. Combs was at the plate when Tincher got thrown out at second, trying to advance on a wild pitch. So we'll see how Combs does in this at bat. He's 1 for 1 with the triple to left center back in the first. That ball almost went out of the park, too, on that triple.
Came my hair going out of this park. But what a nice play by Howard
Oh, man.
to finish the inning.
Yeah, at first it's like he's going to catch the ball, hard hit, just a hard shot right down that line. And he kind of makes a backhanded stab going to the ground. And then one hops at the first with a nice dig by Cox at first to get the out, to get out of that inning. So Andrew Combs, first pitch swinging in the right field. That ball will be down. Extra bases again for Combs. He's not going to stop at second. He's going to go to third. And it's another triple for Breathitt County.
He said you called that off the air. You called it. He said he would get a hit.
Yeah, after the runner got thrown out at second base, I said, watch, Combs will get a big hit that would have scored the run.
Nobody on base.
And having nobody on base.
But you called it, though.
But nobody out. Combs at third. You can chip into this lead by another run if you can get him in. Good opportunity here for the Bobcats as Howard at the plate. He's 0 for 1 at the moment. Looking for his first hit and takes for ball one on a check swing.
He held up on that swing. 3-1, but Combs, his second triple of the game.
Here's the 1-0. Outside corner for strike one. Might be slightly off, but he's called it all night. Again, consistency. That's what you ask. Got to adjust. Here's a 1-1. Upstairs, ball two.
2 balls, 1 strike. No outs here.
Bottom of the fourth. Howard at the plate. Bellamy in the on-deck circle. 2-1. Hard hit ground ball to short. Little bobbles it. The throw to first will not be in time. Breathitt County scores. Nobody out. Runner at first. And that'll be the third error of the night on the Cougars. Breathitt County will take advantage.
Number 8, Isaac Bellamy.
No outs. Bobcats just scored 3-2. Howard at first base. And Dean is going to talk to his pitcher, the coach for Letcher Central.
See if, don't think he's going to come with a pitching change just yet. 3-2 the score. Would imagine Andrew Little would be probably the first option for the Cougars if they do wind up with the pitching change. But Williams is going to stay in as they adjourn the meeting. And we get back to action. Runner at first for Breathitt County. Nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth. They have chipped into this lead. They trail it now 3-2. Bellamy wanting to help out his own cause. And could do so at the very least with a productive out and move the runner into scoring position.
Bellamy hitting .341.
It's the potential tying run over at first for the Bobcats as Williams will set, and I'm sure he'll pay attention to the runner at first. First pitch to the plate in the dirt. It bounces up the first base line. Wild pitch puts Howard out at second in scoring position.
Howard aggressive and alert base running. Now Breathitt County has a runner in scoring position.
So this time the wild pitch allows the Bobcats to advance. Last inning, where the ball bounced right back at the catcher, and he gunned the man down at second. Williams will twist and then come to the plate. Hard hit ground ball again to short. Little, Jonah going to throw to first, gets the out, but tying run 90 feet away at third with one out.
Bellamy done his job.
Productive
Advanced the
out.
runner.
Yep.
Batting for the Bobcats, the first baseman, number 2, Reese.
Reese Cox, 30 hits, 22 RBIs on the season. Be a good time for number 23.
Yes, it would. He singled to left back in the second inning. Scored the first run of the game for the Bobcats after stealing a base. Williams will set and deliver. First pitch low. Hit him.
Hit him.
Okay.
He's foot.
I didn't see it, but he said it did, and the umpire agreed.
He's foot. Talking about selling the call. He sold that one. Sold that call.
Yep. So now Aiden Combs at the plate.
Boy, he had a good at bat last time, didn't he?
He did. Was able to coax a walk. So, so 1 out. Runners at the corners for Breathitt County. Last time they were in this situation, they sent the runner at first. Letcher Central threw down. Breathitt County scored. See if they do that again. This time I would expect them to throw it straight to the pitcher, allow the runner to go to second, and then try to catch the runner at third.
Williams up to 64 pitches.
Cox with a decent lead over at first, trying to draw attention. First pitch comes swinging, and it takes a bad hop. Breathitt County ties the game. Second error of the inning by the Cougars.
We are tied up at 3.
Letcher Central was thinking double play, get out of this one.
Richie.
And Breathitt County ties it up.
A new ball game now. Mistakes has cost Letcher 4 errors in this game so far, and they have been costly ones at that.
So 1 out, Richie at the plate. Pulls this down the left field line, but foul for strike 1.
Williams up to 65 pitches.
Bobcats more than showing life here in the bottom of the 4th.
Stacy on deck for the Bobcats.
No balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on. Runners at first and second for Breathitt County. The 0-1 pitch, foul tipped. And it's strike 2.
And 1 out. Runners, Bobcat runners at first and second.
0-2 count to Richie as Williams delivers upstairs, ball 1. 1-2 the count. James, I don't think I'm adding pitches here to Williams. I've got him for 70, and they've got 67 on the board.
I trust you. We'll go 3
I'm
above
just
it.
scoring every pitch here. As the 1-2 taken for strike 3, and that's a pitch that been consistently called. It is off the plate, but that has been consistently called tonight.
Dylan Stacy, center fielder.
And now with 2 outs and 2 on, Stacy, who grounded out to short in the 3rd, trying to help the Bobcats advance the runners at the very least and possibly even bring 1 in. Cox out at second. Aiden Combs at first. Williams sets, delivers upstairs, ball 1. Runners should stay. Catchers, it's kind of like an outfielder playing a ball off the wall kind of thing.
Yeah, ricochet right back into his hand off the backstop here.
Coach Gross was going to go over and say something to Coach Combs, but pitcher and catcher broke their time, so everybody goes back. Dylan Stacy at the plate.
All tied up 3-3 in the 14th Region Baseball Championship.
Runners at first and second for Breathitt County. 2 outs, though, here in the bottom of the 4th. 1-0 count. Williams sets. Stacy is choked up on the bat. A ground ball to second that gets by. Will he beat the throw? He does. I thought he does. Bases loaded.
Here comes Turner. Has to get his catching gear off. Robbie Turner. Errors have caused
3rd error of the inning.
5th error overall.
Yes. 5 errors on the night, like James said, for the Cougars.
Sometimes these games are who makes the least mistakes.
Yes, it is. And then also who can capitalize on the mistakes the other team makes.
Yes, sir.
So Robbie Turner at the plate looking for his first hit tonight. He was 4 for 4 last night. Good chance to pick up his first hit here. First pitch from Williams taken for strike one.
Bases loaded.
And again, consistently called all night. It's not really on the plate, but it's a strike. It's consistent. Here's the 0-1. Upstairs, that one's ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Turner held off on that one. 3-3. Story of this game is errors with this inning.
This inning, especially 3
Yeah.
by the Cougars. Here's the 1-1 from Williams upstairs for ball 2.
2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here. We're in Hazard, Kentucky. 14th Region Championship.
Breathitt County has come from behind. Letcher Central plated 3 in the first. Breathitt County 1 in the second, 2 here in the fourth. They're trying to take the lead. We've got the bases loaded, but 2 outs. 2-1 pitch. Chopped to third. Third baseman comes over. He'll throw to first. Not in time. Breathitt County takes a 4-3 lead. Are they going to give that a hit? That's not an error. It could be a fielder's. That's a hit. I thought so.
Batting for Breathitt County, the left fielder, number 12, Brady Pitcher.
So that'll be an RBI for Turner. Breathitt County with a 4-3 lead now over Letcher Central
And
here in the fourth.
State the body language of the Cougars has definitely changed here.
Coach Dean going to call time, and I believe
Pitching change is probably
going to change pitchers. Yeah, he's taking the ball from Williams. We will take a 2-minute break. Breathitt County leads at 4-3, 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth. Bases still loaded. We will be back in 2 minutes. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. A lot has changed in 100 years. We've gone from the Model T to the electric car, from silent film to home theaters, and from the telegram to the iPhone. And through it all, People's Bank and Trust of Hazard has been there for local people. From paper checks to debit cards, from wire transfers to online banking, People's Bank has maintained a tradition of service while embracing the future for your financial needs. Celebrating a century of service to the mountains. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
He'll come back. Tincher will take the first pitch, a breaking ball in the outside corner for strike 1.
Tincher leads the Bobcats with 49 hits on the season.
So an 0-1 count to Tincher. Andrew Little, who was the DH, came in to pitch, and Williams, who was pitching, went to left field. Here's a deep ball in the right.
Going to be called, I think.
Yes, it is. Smith caught it near the wall. And if there was a warning track, would have been on one. But Breathitt County takes a 4-3 lead as we go to the top of the fifth. 2-3-4 coming up for Letcher Central. That will be the heart of their lineup. We will be back in 1 minute. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. A lot has changed in 100 years. We've gone from the Model T to the electric car, from silent film to home theaters, and from the telegram to the iPhone. And through it all, People's Bank and Trust of Hazard has been there for local people. From paper checks to debit cards, from wire transfers to online banking, People's Bank has maintained a tradition of service while embracing the future for your financial needs. Celebrating a century of service to the mountains. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
We're going to the top of the 5th. Letcher Central will have 2, 3, 4 coming to the plate. That'll be Huff, Williams, and Fields. Heart of the lineup for the Cougars. And really, James, let me give you a little bit of strategy here on how important this could be for Breathitt County to get a 1, 2, 3, even though it's the heart of the lineup. You've got 2 innings left after this one, right?
Right.
Then that would be 4, 5, 6. I'm sorry, 5, 6, 7, and then 8, 9, 1.
Right.
Okay? Important to get this here because you don't want this part of the lineup to get another opportunity as later in the game. So 2, 3, 4 again. Huff, Williams, Fields. 3 runs, 5 hits, 5 errors. That's the story of the game for Letcher Central. They have stranded 4 runners. Breathitt County, 4 runs, 4 hits, no errors, 4 stranded. Letcher scored all of their runs in the first. Breathitt County 1 in the second, 3 in the fourth. For the Bobcats, all 3 in the fourth were unearned runs.
Yeah. Williams, he pitching a pretty good game. Just the throwing errors, fielding errors. So he's not fully to blame.
Oh, no. Now, he did have 2 throwing errors that led to the first run.
Yeah.
Trying to pick a runner off at first and then second. Allowed him to go to third and later scored. As Huff, 1 for 2, doubled in the first. First pitch swinging. Here's a ground ball to short. Combs Fields. The throw to first is high. Not in time anyway. As Huff with an infield single to lead off the 5th.
That's Huff's 42nd hit.
Now Williams,
The left fielder, number 8.
who was the pitcher for Letcher Central. He's on tap to take the loss unless the Cougars can come from behind. Breathitt County now leading 4-3 as Williams at the plate. 1 for 1 so far, walked in the first, doubled to right center in the third, scored a run in the first inning.
Williams hitting .384.
Williams was one of the runners stranded for the Cougars that came back in that third inning. Here in the top of the 5th with nobody out, the runner at first. Bellamy will set, comes to the plate. Williams had squared the bunt, but takes it for ball 1. And
Runner go back, yeah.
yeah, the time called, ball got stuck on the pitch.
Ball got stuck.
No, time called.
Yeah, call time, so that's the correct call.
Okay, that's the correct call. Does he get second? No, or does he have to come back to first? They're going to give him second. He wasn't going. He was not going to second when the ball got stuck. See, what happens when the ball goes out of play, you get the base you're going to, right? He was not going anywhere. He was standing there.
Letcher got a break on that one.
Yeah, they did.
And Justin Combs
So
is going to question this.
he's gonna,
I don't blame him.
and I think what he's going to say is he wasn't going anywhere. He was standing there waiting for it. The ball got stuck. They called time because of where it was, and then the runner took off after time was given.
Yeah, that's correct, Steve. So what's I guess
They're going to let him stay out at second base.
Bad call by the umps on this one. And Letcher gets a break.
Yep, and that's the potential tying run out there at second base as well. Williams may try to square the bunt again, but they may take it off with the runner already in scoring position. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Bobcats leading 4-3.
Nobody out here in the top of the 5th. Bellamy sets the 1-1 to the plate. Strike two. So 1-2 count. Bellamy with this sign. Now delivers upstairs, ball two, excuse me.
Bellamy up to about 80 pitches.
I've got him at 81 now. They're saying 82 on the board. What they did, they put a pitch from Letcher onto Bellamy earlier in the game, and that's threw everything off. Here's the 2-2. Upstairs, ball three.
Count goes full. Letcher got a runner at second base.
Full count to Williams. Payoff pitch. Strike three.
Big time pitch by Bellamy. 1 down.
Got him swinging.
Number 4, Aiden Fields.
Now batting for the Cougars. The third baseman,
1 out.
4.
Runner still out at second for the Cougars.
Aiden Fields, 29 runs and 33 hits.
He's 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch in the first, grounded out to short in the third. Breaking ball in the first pitch, taken for ball 1. Bellamy doing a good job keeping the batters kind of off kilter a little bit at the plate. Starting some with fastballs, some with breaking balls, but a 1-0 count here, and the 1-0 pitch fouled back, and it's going to go out of play, first base side for strike 1.
Score 4-3. Bobcats up.
Bellamy needs to get some quick innings if he's going to go to the distance here. 86 pitches. And, you get the 120, you got to come out. So you're 34 away according to the scoreboard, 35 according to me. So you got to get a quick inning or two here.
Steve, that's right.
Fields at the plate with a 1-1 count. Bellamy sets. Comes to the plate. They squared a bunt. It goes foul for strike 2.
You're exactly correct. Needs some quick innings here to save that pitch count.
Runner was going on the pitch, so it was a bunt and run, if you will. And it's a 1-2 count.
Bobcats up 1 run.
1 out, trying to get out number 2 here in the top of the 5th. There's the 1-2 pitch, upstairs, ball 2. Count goes even.
The winner will face region number 4, 1:30 next Friday in Lexington.
At Counter Clock Field.
The old Legend Stadium.
Yeah. Bellamy with a long look, now kicks to 2-2. Lifted in the left field. It's going foul, and it'll go out of play. No, off the wall. Count still even at 2-2. That's one of those. Yeah, I'm glad that was foul.
Yes. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Letcher has a runner at second base.
So now that you got the fastball out of the way that got pulled for a mile, now you come back with the breaking ball. Outside corner. Here's the 2-2. Stayed upstairs with the fastball. Goes full.
One out.
3-2 the count.
Heart of the lineup here.
Payoff pitch. Lined into center field. Stacy drifting back. He'll make the catch. For out number 2. Runner does not tag. So good out.
Big out for the Bobcats. Big out.
And that brings
Next for the Cougars, the
Kinzer.
catcher, number 9, Dawson Kinzer.
Kinzer, 34 hits, 29 RBIs.
He's 1 for 2 so far.
Bobcats up 4-3.
And the first pitch taken for ball one.
On deck for the Cougars is Max Roark, number 7.
Kinser doubled the right in the first, popped out the right in the third. He's up with the runner at first. 2 down. I'm just going to be runner at second with 2 down. 1-0 count. Fouled back to the screen for strike one. Count even at a ball and a strike. So 1-1 to count. Kinser again, he was choked up on the bat. He still is. About a half inch on that one, just off the knob. As Bellamy sits, delivers the 1-1. Breaking ball lifted into left center field. Stacy will go over. He'll make the catch for out number 3. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's 4-3. Breathitt County due up for the Bobcats. 3, 4, 5. That is Andrew Combs, Howard, and Bellamy. We will be back in 1 minute. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. A lot has changed in 100 years. We've gone from the Model T to the electric car, from silent film to home theaters, and from the telegram to the iPhone. And through it all, People's Bank and Trust of Hazard has been there for local people. From paper checks to debit cards, from wire transfers to online banking, People's Bank has maintained a tradition of service while embracing the future for your financial needs. Celebrating a century of service to the mountains. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
We go to the bottom of the 5th here at Perry County Central High School as Breathitt County will have 3, 4, 5 to the plate. That's Andrew Combs, Howard, and Bellamy. The Bobcats lead at 4-3 going to the bottom of the 5th. They would love to add on. As you look at the scoreboard, you got 94 pitches at the moment for Bellamy. And at this rate, unless he gets a short, 3 to 8 pitch inning in the top of the 6th, could be having to bring somebody in the 7th. So you've got to really add on everything you can get here in this at-bat and the next, in the 5th and 6th innings, to add to a 4-3 lead that Breathitt County has as we go to the bottom of the 5th.
I want to say happy anniversary to my mom and dad today, 48 years.
Happy anniversary.
48 years to mom and dad. And also my good friend David Groves, his wife Joanne Groves, 26 years today. So happy anniversary all the way around. And what good anniversary gifts we can give them, the Bobcats, if they can win this 14th region baseball title.
First time in 44 years.
Oh, yeah.
That would be nice.
It'd be nice. I was 2 years old. John was about 5 years old back there, John Couch.
I was just a few months away from being born at that point. As Combs, who has 2 triples, 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 4th, steps in to lead off the 5th for Breathitt County, takes the first pitch upstairs for ball 1.
4-3.
1-0 pitch, lifted again in the right field, and the right fielder makes a nice catch. He actually overran it, and it was going back towards the line. He ran too far to his right, had to make a sliding catch going back to his left for out number 1.
That was a nice catch.
Absolutely it was.
1 down for the Bobcats.
Sebastian Howard at the plate, 0 for 2, looking for his first hit. Takes the first pitch here for ball 1. He struck out in the 1st, reached on an error in the 4th. Has scored a run, though, for the Bobcats as they lead at 4-3 in the bottom of the 5th. And the 1-0 taken for strike 1. Count even at a ball and a strike.
On that corner inside.
1-1 pitch. Upstairs, ball 2.
Letcher Central fans giving the umpire a
Trying to help him out with his calls. And Breathitt County fans answer back as the 2-1, a swing and a miss for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on. 4-3 Breathitt County in the bottom of the 5th as Andrew Little winds the break-even pitch outside for ball 3. Count goes full.
Good eye by Bash on that one. Good patience.
Bellamy on deck for the Bobcats. His payoff pitch is a ground ball to short. Jonah Little fields. He'll throw to first for out number 2.
Up next for the Bobcats, the pitcher, number 8, Isaac Bellamy.
Isaac Bellamy. Isaac's played a lot of big games, not just baseball, of course, basketball. And that winning the 14th region title on the basketball side has to transpire over to the baseball mentality.
Yep. As first pitch taken for strike 1. Of course, Isaac Bellamy started as a 7th grader for the Bobcats.
A veteran.
He and Andrew Combs were on the team that went to the regional championship game in 2019. He'll lift the 0-1 pitch into center field. Huff settles under, makes the catch. For out number 3, we go to the top of the 6th. Breathitt County leading Letcher Central 4-3, due up for the Cougars 6-7-8. We will be back in 1 minute. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. A lot has changed in 100 years. We've gone from the Model T to the electric car, from silent film to home theaters, and from the telegram to the iPhone. And through it all, People's Bank and Trust of Hazard has been there for local people. From paper checks to debit cards, from wire transfers to online banking, People's Bank has maintained a tradition of service while embracing the future for your financial needs. Celebrating a century of service to the mountains. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
6-7-8 due up this half inning for Letcher Central. That's Roark, Andrew Little, and Boggs as Bellamy on the mound for Breathitt County. They've got 94 pitches on the board and closing in on the max limit. So Bobcats really need to get a quick inning with a short number of pitches. Top of the 6th. Breathitt County leading 4-3, 3 runs, 6 hits, 5 errors, 5 stranded for Letcher Central. For Breathitt County, 4 runs, 4 hits, no errors, 4 stranded for the Bobcats.
4-3. Bobcats come from behind to take the lead.
Breathitt County with only 1 earned run of the 4 runs that they have scored. Bellamy winds the first pitch to Roark. He'll take strike 1. Roark 0 for 2, a strikeout and a flyout.
Bellamy seems to be getting stronger as the game goes on.
Yeah, the only problem is getting closer to
Yes,
that max count. Here's the 0-1 outside for ball 1. Count even at a ball and a strike.
Up to 95 pitches.
They got 96 now. 1-1. Fouled off. Strike 2.
It's been a long drought for the Breathitt County baseball team to win that 14th region crown.
44 years since they've won it. Did it back in '79 under the direction of then coach Johnny Gabbard. 1-2 pitch, a swing and a miss for strike 3.
Steve, how many times have they been in the finals? 5?
Well, they've been quite a few.
1 down. And we do want to thank everybody for tuning in to WJSN 97.3 and also on the YouTube channel WJSN 97.3.
I know, James, we went in 97. They went in 98 at the year after I graduated. They also went in 2019 and now this year. Here's the first pitch, swinging a line drive. It's going to be a one-hopper to Howard at third, and he'll get the out at first, and that is what Breathitt County needed for a quick out.
5 times in?
Well, but they also went a couple of times in the earlier 90s. So it's at least 6, if not 7 or 8.
Very hard to find records of that.
anything before 98, I don't think, is on the KCA website.
There you go.
First pitch to Boggs, taken for strike one.
Bellamy, great control, getting stronger as the game goes on.
The 0-1 lifted in the center field. Stacy with the catch for out number 3. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. Breathitt County leading Letcher Central 4-3. Due up for the Bobcats 6, 7, 8. That's Cox, Aiden Combs, and Richie. We will be back in 1 minute. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. A lot has changed in 100 years. We've gone from the Model T to the electric car, from silent film to home theaters, and from the telegram to the iPhone. And through it all, People's Bank and Trust of Hazard has been there for local people. From paper checks to debit cards, from wire transfers to online banking, People's Bank has maintained a tradition of service while embracing the future for your financial needs. Celebrating a century of service to the mountains. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
4-3, Breathitt County leads Letcher Central as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Breathitt County will have 6, 7, 8 coming to the plate. They look to play add-on and give Bellamy some cushion going to the top of the 7th.
Coming to the plate for the Bobcats. The first base.
4-3 here. Bobcats come from behind. Steve, it's been a fun game. The Bobcats playing their best baseball in the last 3 weeks. And it's been a good tournament all the way around. Upsets with Wolf County knocking off Hazard, ending the Hazard streak and winning those regional titles.
We want to remind everybody we are on YouTube tonight as first pitch swinging here and fouling it off was Cox for strike one.
Cox, the first baseman.
The 0-1 delivery. Fouled once again for strike 2. This one goes out of play, first base side. So quickly an 0-2 count to Cox at the plate.
And Steve, just look how far these baseball facilities have come in the last 20 years with the some got turf with the lights. And
yeah, absolutely. 0-2 delivery, fouled back again. Still no balls, 2 strikes. You know, James, would play a lot of games. We
early
start at 4:30 because very few teams had lights. They had lights here. Had lights at Knott Central and Powell County. That's about it.
Yeah.
Beyond that, everybody else had to start early and try to get in before it got dark. 0-2 pitch, lined into right center field, and that ball is going to get down. Smith overran it. Cox rounds
Extra
first, heads to
bases.
second. He's going to stay there. Leadoff double for Breathitt County here in the 6th.
Extra bases for Cox. Cox has played a great tournament.
They're giving that an air.
I don't know about that.
They sure are.
Coming to the plate
Oh, my
for the
word.
Bobcats, second baseman, number 4, Aiden Combs.
Okay.
Yeah, I disagree with that one, but that's the 6th era of the game, but I don't know about that.
And Breathitt County going to bring in a pinch runner, Miles Holland.
Miles Holland, number 14.
Entering the lineup to run for the Bobcats.
Miles is a 7th grader.
Either way, Breathitt County with a runner out at second, and Coach Dean going to call time for the Cougars. Is he going to change pitchers is the question.
I think he is. Not,
I'm not sure.
he took the ball, but
Jonah Little is not eligible tonight. He went to complete game. Pitched a dandy
No,
on the
he
baseball game last night against Wolf County.
yes, he sure did.
Andrew Little will stay on the mound as Aiden Combs at the plate. Breathitt County puts the bunt situation on here with the runner out at second. Trying to play add-on. They lead at 4-3. In the bottom of the 6th, nobody out. Runner at second.
No outs.
We get back to action here. Is the umpire going to clean off the plate?
No, Cox has played, like I said earlier, just a really good games tonight, but a good tournament overall. Bobcats playing their best baseball in the last 3 weeks. And so is Wolf County,
Absolutely.
in the 55th district, well represented.
Yes, 100% in this 14th region tournament. As Aiden Combs, who's 0 for 1, a walk and a reach on the air. First pitch swinging and lifted in the left field. Williams will settle under and make the catch for out number 1. Runner will stay out at second. So they did not bunt there.
Right fielder, number 5, Blake.
Sometimes it pays off when you don't. Sometimes it doesn't. So Richie at the plate with 1 out, 1 on. He's 0 for 2, couple of strikeouts.
Richie, 12 hits on the season, 4 RBIs.
Looking at the defensive alignment, corners are right at the edge of the grass. So they're in playable for a bunt. Middle infield at normal depth. Runner out at second as they try to hold. Shortstop came over, then the second baseman. Now they deliver to the plate. Bunt is on. Right back at the pitcher. He bobbles, now throws to first. Got the out, but the runner did advance to third base.
Hall on that third base, a 7th grader.
Batting for the Bobcats, the center fielder, number 10, Dylan Stacy.
Dylan Stacy, the center fielder.
So now 2 outs and a runner at third. Stacy reached on the air in the 4th, trying to help Breathitt County extend a 4-3 lead.
Robbie Turner on deck.
First pitch swinging, a base hit in the right field. Got to get to first, though. He does. Nobody covered the bag. I thought they might come up throwing to first, but it is 5-3 Breathitt County.
Big time hit by Stacy.
Second earned run of the night for the Bobcats.
Now batting for Breathitt County, the catcher, number 52, Robbie Turner.
Robbie Turner, the catcher.
As Breathitt County rolls it to the top of the lineup. Turner 1 for 3, singled back in the 4th, picked up an RBI.
Catcher on deck.
He's trying to keep a 2-out rally going here as they throw over to first. Stacy slides back in safely.
Big hit by Stacy.
They throw over again. Stacy sliding back again safely.
Bobcats trailed early in this one.
5-3, they lead it now. 5 straight from the Bobcats after Letcher Central scored 3 in the first. Runner goes on the pitch. The throw is into center field. Stacy will stay, though. The pitch was called for ball 1.
I tell you, Letcher's had throwing problems all night tonight.
Yes, they have. And that's a stolen base. They're not going to give an error, which I agree with in that situation. 1 ball, no strikes.
5-3.
Here's the 1-0. Taken for strike 1. Count even at 1-1. Breathitt County would love to pick up one more run. They lead at 5-3 here in the bottom of the 6th.
Pad that lead.
Stacy creeping, getting a little bit bigger lead. I could see him spinning and throwing now. There's the 1-1. Popped foul up towards our cameraman. Is he okay? I hope so. 1-2 the count. Rick Hensley manning the camera for us. The ball went in his direction. Little sets, checks. Stacy out at second, delivers the 1-2 in the dirt. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Good job by Letcher Central's catcher to keep that ball in front of him.
Yep, absolutely.
5-3.
Little shakes off the first sign. Takes the second one, delivers the break-even pitch. Fouled back at me again. Guys, I didn't do anything to you, I promise.
Stacy.
I'm glitching all the time, man. That's about the 6th or 7th foul ball right at me tonight. You know, there is a little bit of a hole underneath the net that one skipped through the other night. They've actually got bricks now to keep that from happening. But a 2-2 count to Turner at the plate. 2 outs, 1 on. Break-even pitch lifting to the right center field. That ball is back, and that ball will be caught. What a catch by the center fielder, Huff. Another dandy defensive play by Letcher Central.
Yeah, that's
We
a big
go ahead.
catch. That's a nice catch. And
We go to the top of the 7th. Due up for Letcher Central, 9-1-2. That is Smith, Little, and Huff. We'll come back in 1 minute. Breathitt County trying to win a 14th regional title on the baseball side. Back in 1. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. A lot has changed in 100 years. We've gone from the Model T to the electric car, from silent film to home theaters, and from the telegram to the iPhone. And through it all, People's Bank and Trust of Hazard has been there for local people. From paper checks to debit cards, from wire transfers to online banking, People's Bank has maintained a tradition of service while embracing the future for your financial needs. Celebrating a century of service to the mountains. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Breathitt County trying to close one out here as we go to the top of inning number 7. The Bobcats lead at 5-3. Sorry about the graphic on YouTube. It is 5-3, not 6-3. 5 runs, 5 hits for the Bobcats.
this first out's crucial. Get it early. It changes everything.
Yeah, again, the max pitch count getting close for Bellamy. He's at 101. So you got a pinch hitter for Letcher Central, 19. That will be Wright batting for Smith to lead off the 7th for the Cougars.
He's batting under 100. Let's see the grade that young man in. He's a 7th grader.
All right. Not trying to get ahead of anything, but we are in the 7th. So if we go to, whether it ends here in the top or we go to the bottom. Once the game concludes, we will sign off for the radio group. For those on YouTube, we will have the awards ceremony in its entirety live on YouTube as the first pitch. We'll skip in the dirt to Wright, taken for ball 1.
Go ahead.
So 1-0 the count to Wright at the plate. Leading off the top of the 7th for Letcher Central. Breathitt County leading 5-3. Top of the lineup in the on-deck circle as the 1-0 is taken for strike 1. Count even at a ball and a strike.
Nice pitch by Bellamy. 5-3. Bobcats 3 outs away.
The 1-1. Strike 2. Just off, well, we'll say outside corner. It's really just off the plate, but he's called it on that. So 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3.
1 down.
Bobcats need 2 more outs, but Letcher Central rolling to the top of the lineup with Jonah Little. Strikeout, fly out, and a ground out in the 1st, 2nd, and 4th.
Little hitting 460. 460.
Bellamy, James, you've talked about it. He's got stronger as the games went on. Wines delivers, first pitch outside, ball 1.
And the crowd wanted that strike. Now I did too.
At this point, we'll take every call we can get. Trying to close out this one. Here's the 1-0 from Bellamy. Strike 1, 1 ball, 1 strike.
And 1 out. Pitch count 107 now.
And I believe the umpire that time when he called the strike looked right at the fans like, okay, there's your one. Of course, the fans to his right where he makes the call anyway. So 1-1 pitch. Fouled off. Hit hard, but fouled first base side for strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bobcats with a comeback.
Trailed 3-0 early. Have a 5-3 lead at the moment. The 1-2 fouled off once again. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes.
1 out. 109 pitches now for Bellamy.
Need to get it out here. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball. Fouled off right field side. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Bill's hitting them foul balls hard.
On deck is Huff. He's 2 for 3 tonight with a run scored. Breathitt County trying to get Little out. A 1-2 count. Bellamy winds, delivers. A little soft line drive. Aiden Combs makes the catch for out number 2.
A nice grab by that young man, Combs, the 7th grader. 2 outs.
Now batting for the Cougars, the center fielder, number 13,
Jaden Huff.
Listen, I have no idea
He
when the last
387.
time Breathitt had a, John Couch asked, a basketball team and a baseball team go to state, or 2 teams from the same year. 96, they had the football team and the basketball team. So
Roscoe Dean led the Bobcats to the Rupp Arena.
Huff, 2 for 3. First pitch takes strike 1.
Bobcats 1 out away, leading 5-3.
The 0-1 from Bellamy. Breaking ball lifted, left
Foul.
field side, foul for strike 2. Wasn't fooled by the breaking ball that time.
Pitch count 113. Bobcats leading 5-3, trail 3-0 early in the first.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Base is empty. Bellamy trying to close this one out, get the complete game. The 0-2. Lifted foul. That one's not at Rick. It's a little farther, so he's good. Rick does a good job for us.
Yes, he does.
Appreciate all the hard work. Helps set up, gets here early with me. We've been
Rick's
here
a
for
great
about
guy.
We got here about 3:30, a little after. The 0-2 upstairs for ball 1. Huff thought about going after, but he laid off. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Base is empty.
Bellamy will wind. Here's the 1-2. Lifted foul. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes.
2 outs, 116 pitch count. Well, like Steve said, the pitch can go over 120. The same batter.
If you start under 120 on the batter you're pitching to, you can finish that batter.
Let's hope he can finish it. Williams on deck.
Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Breathitt County, the champions of the 14th region in basketball and now baseball. First time in 44 years the baseball team has accomplished that feat at Breathitt County High School.
Congratulations, first-year coach Justin Combs. Bellamy pitched a great game. Breathitt County Bobcats are the 14th region baseball champions. Bobcats had a fight for this one, came from behind.
Let's take a 1 minute break. Let's come back in 1 minute. We'll get this scored and finish it out. Back in 1 minute. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. A lot has changed in 100 years. We've gone from the Model T to the electric car, from silent film to home theaters, and from the telegram to the iPhone. And through it all, People's Bank and Trust of Hazard has been there for local people. From paper checks to debit cards, from wire transfers to online banking, People's Bank has maintained a tradition of service while embracing the future for your financial needs. Celebrating a century of service to the mountains. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Perry County Central as the Breathitt County Bobcats, and the cameraman's going wild up there on the hill. I don't
He's
know
trying
what's,
to focus in.
I don't know what's going on, but we're going to try to on YouTube carry the entire, if we can, unless we have some difficulties here, try to carry the entire awards ceremony. Anyway, for Letcher Central, we're going to close this out. Letcher Central, 3 runs in the first, 3 runs, 6 hits, 6 errors, 5 stranded for the Cougars. For Breathitt County, 1 run in the second, 3 in the fourth, 1 in the sixth, giving them 5 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and 5 stranded for the Bobcats. Bellamy will get the win. Williams takes the loss for the Cougars. And Breathitt County advances to the state baseball tournament. They will play the winners of Region 4 on Friday afternoon next week. 1:30 scheduled first pitch. And everything we can, we will do to make sure we are there to cover the first trip to the baseball state tournament for Breathitt County. Probably to the actual state tournament. I don't know if they've ever been to the state tournament. They got to the sectional tournament back in '79, the last time they won it, again 44 years ago, winning the 14th region. But first time probably at the state baseball tournament. And again, that'll be played at Counterclocks Field. We're going to sign it off on WJSN here in just a moment. Again, if you want to watch the awards ceremony, we'll have it on YouTube in its entirety. Looks like the camera is getting stabilized now. I think we're going to be okay. So if you want to watch the ceremony, turn over to YouTube. Go to WJSN 97.3 will be the first result that comes up. And watch the awards ceremony. Breathitt County, 14th Region champions, baseball, basketball here in 2023. You know, we've talked about the story. We talked about it a lot during the basketball season. What happened last year. We're closing in on a year ago for that flood, July 28th. And, I mean, it is just wow.
Well, you know, speaks a lot about the Breathitt County school system, the athletic department, A.D. Cal Moore, Miss Noble, the principal, and these young men out here to end this Breathitt County fan base and parents and support system. Just very proud to be a Bobcat. Bobcats had to fight for this one. They come from behind, down 3-0, but just a gutsy win and a gutsy performance by Bellamy. And this is a team effort.
Yeah, Letcher did what they did last night, did what they did against Powell County the whole tournament. Jumped ahead early. Got that 3-0 lead in that first inning. Got a quick bottom of the first, and you're thinking, here we go. Breathitt scores 1 in the bottom of the second. Then they don't score again to the bottom of the fourth, but they played 3. Letcher had trouble fielding the ball that inning. Breathitt County, all 3 runs were unearned in that inning. 4 of the 5 runs unearned for the Bobcats tonight. And Breathitt County gets that regional championship that has eluded them for several decades. So for WJSN, we're going to sign this off. They're giving the all-tournament teams for Breathitt County. Let's keep it here on the radio real quick. Robbie Turner, one of the representative, and Andrew Combs, also on the all-tournament team, did it in basketball in the regional, and does it again here in baseball in the regional. And
also from Breathitt County, Isaac Bellamy.
Bellamy on the all-tournament team for the Bobcats.
Well-deserved. Bellamy pitched a great game.
Player in this year's 14th regional tournament from Breathitt County, Dylan Stacy.
Dylan Stacy wins the MVP for the Bobcats with his defense in center field.
Some great catch and that big hit.
Yeah, the big hit to add the run there in the bottom of the sixth.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That big hit,
So representatives for the Bobcats, Isaac Bellamy, Andrew Combs, Robbie Turner, and the MVP for the 14th Region Tournament, Dylan Stacy. Congratulations to those young men. Quentin Williams, Jonah Little, and Huff, all 3 from Letcher Central on the all-tournament team as well. So WJSN only. Stay on YouTube for the awards ceremony on WJSN. We're going to sign it off. For John Bunn John Couch, Rick Hensley.
One more thing, tomorrow night,
Yes.
Bluegrass Show at 5:30. Then John Couch and I will be in Whitesburg covering the Wolfgang versus PCC game at 8 o'clock. We hope.
Yeah, there's a game ahead, so.
We hope, and the world famous Sports Talk will be on Friday at 5:30. Sports every night this week.
Again, final score: Breathitt County defeats Letcher 5-3. For WJSN here for John Bunt. John Couch, Lance Turner, thank you. Kevin Davidson for running the board for us back at the station. For Rick Hensley running the camera for us up on YouTube, thank you, Rick. My colleague to my right, James Turner. God is good.
All the time.
Take it away, Kevin Davidson. Now for you on YouTube, stay tuned and continue to watch the awards ceremony in its entirety.
Number 16, Andrew Little. Number 7, Max Roark. Number 9, Dawson Kinser. Number 4, Aiden Fields. Number 8, Quentin Williams. Number 13, Jaden Huff. And number 11, Jonah Little. The assistant coaches, along with head coach Brian Dean. Now presenting the 14th Region runner-up trophy to the Letcher County Central Cougars. Presenting the individual medallions for Breathitt County. Breathitt County Principal Daphne Noble. Board members Rochelle Hamilton and Tiffany Combs. Maybe a few more. For the Bobcats, number 0, Eli Chris. Number 1, Jacoby Little. Number 2, Reese Cox. Number 3, Kobe Bird. Number 4, Aiden Cone. Number 5, Blake Ritchie. Number 8, Isaac Bellamy. Number 9, Chase Hobbs. Number 10, Dylan Stacy. Number 11, Jaden Hudson. Number 12, Brady Tincher. Number 14, Miles Holland. Number 16, Jaden Hamilton. Number 32, Andrew Cole. Number 34, Sebastian Howard. And number 52, Robbie Turner. coaching staff, Tim Gross, Ryan Cox, Kyle Crisp, Steve Kelly, Dustin Frazier, and the head coach of the Breathitt County Bobcats, Justin Cole. Now presenting the 14th Region Championship Trophy to the Breathitt County Bobcats. Once again, we'd like to congratulate both teams on a tremendous season and wish Breathitt County good luck as they advance in the state baseball tournament.
Okay.
We also want to thank all of our sponsors and all of our fans for attending this year's 10 Short 14th Region.
All right, that will conclude our broadcast here of the 14th Region Tournament. Breathitt County once again defeats Letcher Central 5-3 in the 14th Region Championship game, and the Bobcats, for the first time in 44 years, call themselves the Region 14 champions on the baseball side, and will go to the state tournament next Friday afternoon at 1:30. That's the schedule for the first pitch. First game's at 10. They do 3.5 hours in between games at the state tournament, and it'll be Friday afternoon at 1:30. Breathitt County will be taking on the champions out of Region 4. The game will be played at what's now called Counterclocks Field. That is the used to be Legends Field, and it was, I think, Whitaker Bank Field, and now it's Counterclocks Field. They changed their name. Still a minor league team playing there, but Breathitt County will be there next Friday afternoon, June the 2nd at 1:30. We're going to sign it off. So do it again. Kevin Davidson, thank you. I know you've already signed the radio off, but thank you for running the board for us at the station. John Bunn, appreciate all your help. Also, John Couch helped us with coverage. Lance Turner, James Turner as well, and I'm Stephen Neese. God is good all the time.